everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. This is episode 54. Last time, we went through some Codex entries that we had not yet read, and we also got some lovely party banter from our groups. So, Dorian, Sarah, and Bull are such a funny trio, and we had other characters as well talking some stuff just while we did some leftover tasks in the Frostbacks. So we got to finish off the Jaws of Hacken items properly. Now we are going to be summoning the War Council because today we are starting the Trespasser DLC. So in our journal here, in the Inquisitor's Path, we have Trespasser. With Thedas at peace, the state of Inquisition must be determined. There's time to take a breath, but eventually the powers that will grow antsy, the powers that be will grow antsy about the Inquisition's role in Thedas going forward. So let's prepare for an exalted council, shall we? Let's summon the group and get right into it. So we are now officially in post-game DLC. We had a Corypheus final battle in episode 52. 53 was like clearing up some stuff, and now this is jumping back in.
Or is Cassandra more solemn than usual?
Lady Pentagast only contemplates what awaits the next divine.
You know Cassandra hates being called Lady Pentagast.
I look forward to seeing Divine Victoria's reaction to the ceremony around her inauguration.
That's cool. Is Cassandra not in this room? I thought Cassandra always comes in to the meetings. I guess she doesn't, does she? Because she's a party member. She's only in here during the cutscene stuff, which is really weird, huh? Because I know that we're the Inquisitor, but she kind of put it all together. It's kind of weird that Cassandra's not in this room. So, attending the Exalted Council. Beginning the Exalted Council will lock off all other areas and plots and jump to the 44th year of the Dragon Age. 2 years after the death of Corypheus, there is no going back from this point. With Corypheus dead and the threat of Fade Rifts and demons waning, both Orlais and Ferelden have begun to raise questions about the future of the Inquisition. Divine Victoria has promised to shield the Inquisition from political matters for as long as possible. Eventually, she plans to call the Exalted Council, a chance to determine the role and possibly the fate of the Inquisition. Divine Victoria will not call the Exalted Council until you are ready, Inquisitor. We are ready. Let us go. The Exalted Council will be held at the Winter Palace outside Hallam Sharal. Thanks to Divine Victoria's negotiation with the ambassadors, we are ready to depart at your convenience. We're heading back to the Winter Palace. Oh, I can't wait. If we have to play the game this time, we'll try and do it properly, huh? Venture forth. It does not allow me to choose a party, which is quite interesting. It'd be nice if it was my proper mount that I'd chosen, right? I thought that I have the nug. Damn it. The Avar nug thing. That should be your chosen mount for this scene. That would be so funny.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you. Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
I can't not move my pinky and do that. Why? Cullen is so objectified. Holy shit. And now he's like marriage bait now. This man can't catch a break. He's just a sad recovering drug addict. Give him a hug, man. Oh, we're back in these outfits again. It's not even in my favorite color.
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Emprise de Lyon, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Okay.
Since Corypheus fell, I think you may have spent more time traveling than I have.
It keeps me out of trouble, Your Worship. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
That's weird to say that, because obviously they're going to say Divine Victoria. That's her name now. This feels so weirdly ignorant. Like, whenever you get those weird investigate options where it's like, it just feels weird to ask, where it's like, like it should be clear why we are referring to Cassandra as Divine Victoria. She's the Divine. The same way that we say Divine Justinia.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
I was just going to say this.
Victoria says she is better suited to the battlefield than the Sunburst throne, but she has restored the Chantry. And also people's faith in it. We are lucky to have her.
I was literally just about to make the Dorian comment. I was like, please, Mother Giselle. I want to see what she says. Obviously, we know the reasons why.
You can probably just call her Cassandra in private conversation.
You can, Inquisitor. I prefer to use her divine name. Our last divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinia. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
Yeah, it's funny. I'll find her.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, Your Worship. The Divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Olay. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
Okay, so this is why we didn't choose a party, because I guess it's like 2 years later, we'll just assume that, our party members might be up and away, traveling, doing things, there's been some time. This is the exciting part about a time skip, right? Because you get to catch up with your friends now, because while for us it has just happened, we get to see, like, Iron Bull, what have you been doing lately? He's been going off with the Chargers and doing some activities, What's Bavaric been doing lately? Has he been caught up in busy work with the Merchants Guild? Has he gone back to Kirkwall in this time? There's so much to think about. What have our characters been doing, which is really exciting. Also, you can just call her Cassandra in private conversation, then proceeds to say, I'll look for Divine Victoria. Yeah, which old friends? Our Inquisitor has a really bad memory.
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras. For one, I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. And of course, there is the Tevinter ambassador.
Dorian?
Enjoy time with them while you can, Your Worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
Interesting that she just says the Tevinter ambassador. It's like she doesn't even want to name Dorian. So I'm assuming Dorian has become our Tevinter ambassador, which is quite exciting.
The Imperium sent an ambassador.
In a manner of speaking, Your Worship, Dorian Pavas has been declared the Tevinter ambassador. It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize? To Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, Your Worship, myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
This is the good part. Like I've said this before in BioWare DLC. They take a lot of things from the base game and really build upon it really well. And it's just so exciting putting that time away from their main game that they've released. They can see sort of like fan reactions and responses to things, and then they can put little bits in, which is really enjoyable. Like so many in-jokes in the Mass Effect DLCs that are just so funny.
Thank you, Mother Giselle.
Your Worship, a final question, if I may. This exalted council, Ferelden would have the Inquisition disband. Olay sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
You would disband, I agree. Our work is done. We're not going anywhere. Wait, what is... You would disband. I agree. Is that just me saying I agree with her, like her stance to disband the Inquisition? Sometimes I just need more context, man. Why? I don't know. What if... I haven't even thought about it. It's been 2 years for everyone else, not me. What if we are needed? I'm curious about this option here.
You once told me about the first Inquisition that took place 800 years ago. You said that when their battle was over, that Inquisition soldiers sheathed their swords and went home. If our battle is truly over, perhaps it's time for us to do the same.
Thank you. Maker watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
Like, nah, time to wage a war against the Chantry. That's what I'll do. Interesting. Okay. So we can just agree with her previous statements. I mean, there's no reason to stay being a thing if there's no danger or reason to be an Inquisition, and then it can always reform later, I suppose. Oh, there we go. Okay. Varric, Josephine, the Iron Bull, Sarah, Cole, Blackwall, Cullen, still called Blackwall. It's not Tom Rainier on the map. Liliana, Vivian. Okay. No Dorian, but we know that Dorian is here. Van Tegan. They finally put him in the game. I was so sad that like we go to Redcliffe and like we don't even see him. And Duke Cyril, dude. Okay, I'll take it as here. Maybe this question mark is Dorian. I don't know what that is. Cool. Okay. Let's take a look, shall we? Let's take a look around. This is exciting.
At its best, waiting for the right moment to wedge itself in.
The Prince of Starkhaven wrote to you again.
Of course he did. Just put that one in the pile with letters from the Merchants Guild.
And the captain of the city guard had a very colorful message for me to deliver to you as well.
Inquisitor! Andraste's ass, am I ever glad to see you?
I just, you know when you're like, I wonder what Varric's been up to. Did he go back to Kirkwall, business with the Merchants Guild? And I love that it like, you know, it addresses that stuff immediately. We've got Aveline sending him letters. That's so good.
And the Inquisitor comes to the rescue once again.
Is that what you call it?
This is Bran Caven. Until recently, he was the Viscount
Provisional Viscount.
of Kirkwall.
So why is he here with messages from the Merchants Guild?
I have resumed my post as Seneschal now that Master Tethras has been elected Viscount.
You're the Viscount of Kirkwall now.
Well, it seems the two of you have a great deal to discuss. Why don't I just leave you to it?
So, it turns out you fund enough reconstruction efforts in a city-state, the nobles give you the worst job they can think of.
I don't know if that suits you, Varric.
I might need to sit down. You're the ruler of Kirkwall now, all of it.
That's not that big a deal. I have a really pointy crown that I wouldn't be caught dead wearing, but that's it. They voted me in because I got the harbor and businesses up and running again. They want shit fixed, and I can do that. Anyway, I was hoping I'd catch you before the summit got underway. I got you a sort of present. It's official recognition of your title and holdings in Kirkwall. Congratulations. You're a Comtesse now.
You can't actually do that without...
Too late. Already did it. I also drafted an alliance with the new elf-led city council of Wycombe, so Clan Llewellyn has some political muscle to flex now.
That needs to be reviewed by...
You were leaving us to talk, remember?
I kind of like Varric as the ruler of Kirkwall now. Clan Llewellyn in the elf-led city of Wycombe. That's really, really nice. Getting more story about our previous clan. That's so funny.
What brought all this on? I'm pretty sure it's not Give Your Friends Lavish Titles Day.
Oh, what kind of Viscount would I be if I didn't abuse my position to give shit to my friends? I've got traditions to uphold. Oh, that reminds me. It's the key to the city.
You can't give that away without approval from the council for the special ceremony.
It's just symbolic anyway.
It controls one of the giant chain nets in the harbor.
Really? That is so much better than I thought.
Congratulations, you're a contest. The elf-led city of Wycombe, your previous clan, can do some more things. And here's a key. It doesn't do anything. Maybe.
This operates those giant chains. Can I try it?
No.
I don't know how this council thing is going to end for the Inquisition. But whatever gets decided, you've got a place lined up in Kirkwall if you want it. Also, control of the harbor, I guess. Anyway, you should meet with the diplomats. And we'll get in a game of Wicked Grace before I go back, though, right?
I wouldn't miss it.
Don't bet any public buildings this time.
Oh, dude. And this is immediately why I think, while I love the writing in across BioWare's base games, like, all the time, their DLCs just shine in such a way where it's very satisfying to play through the whole game and then just have the DLC take so many good elements and just polish it even more. So much good humor in the DLCs. I always find that the DLCs are the most fun and exciting, and then at the same time, so much lore and very exciting stuff there as well. You know, like, they give you an incredible amount of story, and they give you an incredible amount of, like, fun investment. You know, all that investment you put into your characters and your story through the games pays off in your DLCs. It's so enjoyable.
I'll be here if you need me.
No, okay. Okay, so it's just going to be a cutscene with every character. There's no talking with them for optional dialogue. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. But, like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, how exciting it is, the idea of, now it's been 2 years, what have all of our friends been doing, you know? We've got mages here.
Will it matter? Why not?
We have people talking about things. Oh, I've got this. Oh. I got a bone. I have expensive dog. Ooh, I've got expensive dog treats. Okay. Half-finished poem. Skin like gauze across the sky, I sigh and fall in evening's lakes, the pools of which deep as your eyes, and eyes of which pierce like, wakes, Drake's, heartaches, cakes. Baker, I hope my lady's patient.
Watch your tongue.
That's funny.
Maker.
Oh, that does remind me, this was something I was supposed to say at the beginning of the episode, but we're still, you know, relatively at the start. I have been given a little bit of a heads up here to look out for things. Apparently, you need a bit of a more of a crucial, like, critical eye than normal. There are some things to look out for around the place. So I guess I'll be going into this. I'll be going into this with that in mind, that I got to look out for stuff. Okay, that's all that I really have been given as a preemptive DLC warning, because it's worth it, I suppose. A gold cravat. So I'll try my best. I'm not looking to, you know, ensure that I get 100% combing over every single detail ever. I may miss some things. That's kind of to be expected. We'll just have to see how things play out. There's a book in these trees, though. I mean, the good thing is a lot of these things come up on the scan, which is nice. This tattered book is well worn, as if someone has read and reread it dozens of times. Those who deny the truth are willfully ignorant, for what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes makes little sense as historians tell it. These men and women are clearly in the pay of those who want the matter silent. Reports of the wreckage claim nothing remains of the temple but rubble from the explosion. Chantry-controlled mages say a spell cast by Magister Corypheus was amplified by a lyrium deposit beneath the temple, but this is folly. Learned professors and mages outside the Chantry have proven in many writings that even superheated lyrium cannot melt. Cannot melt granite beams. Ooh, that caught me off guard. That caught me very off guard. Holy shit. The destruction of the Temple of Sacred Ashes can only be the work of hidden Ophidian enslavers. The Snake Kings of the Earth, in their battle against Tevinter's allies from the moons, I, of course, know about them, as I hope to prove to the reader beyond doubt. A selection of educational charts illuminating my theories are at the back of this volume. It goes on like this for 400 more pages. Oh, okay, that was good. That was a good one. Oh my god. Oh, that's actually got tears streaming from my face. That is funny. I can't get out of here now. I've trapped myself. What the fuck? That I was so just like normally paying attention, and I was like, yep, reading this. Okay, this is like some interesting book. Like trying to like be like, this is the truth of what happened. And then it very, very quickly just turns into fucking jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Wow. That that's good. Holy crap. Anyway, let's proceed. That tickled me in a spot that I didn't even know I had. Let's try and start from up here. We'll talk to Josephine. We'll start from up here and we'll comb our way down. Yeah. Wow. Have I got any Hala statues to open these doors? Oh, it's barred. Lovely. Yes, you may not go here. That's a shame. We have barred doors. Can I cast any spells on it? I'll just try and walk up to every statue and everything, and we'll see what's there. This guy's by himself. Oh, I can hear something. So there's a lot of scannables at least, which kind of, there we go. All right, we're picking up a lot of expensive dog treats. Oh, Hard in Hightown, Chapter 10. Don't worry, guys. We will be reading the full Hard in Hightown story all in one go at some point. I do plan and intend to read through Dragon Age books at some point, as well as there's Dragon Age Absolution, I think, which is also a series, a movie, something. I'll figure it out. But I am planning to, planning to read through more Dragon Age lore, watch more Dragon Age lore, all of that kind of fun stuff. And I'll also take this opportunity to say I am going to be doing a Dragon Age wrap-up stream as well, because this has been like a year-long journey of this series and it's been so massive. So I'll take this opportunity to also state that once Dragon Age Inquisition is done, I will be doing a live stream for Inquisition where we can discuss the game, we can discuss the series, we can discuss our theories, we can talk about the next game, we can talk about what we missed in these games, and react to some different things, maybe watch romances or specific scenes with other characters, that kind of fun stuff. I'm going to do a major wrap-up live stream, and I think that that's going to be a really fun way to really engage with all of you, especially once we complete a very, very passionate and long-running series, wrapping something up. This is an idea that I've had recently of doing that with potential game series that have a lot of presence on the channel. Something that I kind of wish that I would have done with Mass Effect as well, for an example. So if you'd like a Mass Effect wrap-up stream as well for the Mass Effect BioWare fans, let me know, and I'll consider doing that also. If it's not too late. But for Dragon Age Inquisition, there will be a finale wrap-up stream once everything is said and done, so I think that'll be very exciting. So lots for us to look forward to still for Dragon Age, don't worry. Hard in Hightown, Chapter 10. Donan Branokovic had been pursuing the killer of Magistrate Dunwald without food or rest, and so far all he had was the seal of an imaginary group, a wounded arm, and a package that contained a rusted Tevinter short sword. He was past exhaustion, and every breath made his head throb like he'd had too much to drink. He was getting too old for this shit. He couldn't go to the barracks with a knife wound he'd picked up off duty. If the captain caught him, and she would, he'd been thrown out of the guard for sure. That left one option. The Chantry Clinic turned no one away, but it usually didn't have to. The presence of 3 circle healers was more than enough to frighten most decent folk into deciding to wait and see if they got better on their own. Aside from a few drunken beggars snoring in the beds, the clinic was quiet. The healer didn't ask his name and tended the wound with only a disapproving frown. In a few breaths, his arm was as good as ever. Pity magic wouldn't mend his coat sleeve. As he walked through the nave toward the exit, he heard a voice. "Guardsman, I was just about to look for you." The deep black gown she wore only made her eyes more otherworldly. A scent like lilacs filled the air around her. She may have been dressed in mourning garb. She was dressed to kill. Donan bowed. Lady Marielle. "We should talk. I may have a lead for you." A scent like lilacs, Lady Marielle. We know that Varric's characters that he writes in his book are people that we are aware of. Does Liliana smell like lilacs? Is she like the hooded person dressed in a mourning garb? Dressed to kill? Maybe. Not sure. It's always, sometimes it's a bit more obvious, sometimes a bit more of a guess. That's fun. Alright, let's go speak to Josephine.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Let's have a look down here. Ah, there you go. What is this? Never, ever, never, ever rise again. Who's talking? Oh god, where are we going? Ooh. Hello. What is with the dog treats? The first Grand Enchanter. Grand Enchanter Lothair Hardwin was the first leader of the Circle of Magi when it was founded in the 20th year of the Divine Age. After Hardwin distinguished himself in battle during the Second Blight, Emperor Draken himself endorsed him for the position. From all accounts, the Grand Enchanter performed admirably, but some speculate Hardwin was a second choice that that Draken had another mage with connections to Inquisitor Emeritus in mind for the job. If you know, you know. Tellingly, these debates are based on a half-finished letter to an army captain and the guest list of a party where Emeritus and the Emperor were in attendance. If any proof ever existed, it is likely dust. The idea's merits should be treated as such for scholarship's sake. From a short primer of Orlay's most excellent and inspiring history by Lord Renaults, published in 935 Dragon. Yeah, that mage friend that the Inquisitor Emeritus had. We know the truth. God, there's a lot of interactable items over there. That's a lot of stuff. I hope you're ready for reading time, because I am. This will be fun. Leliana and the last few years. Inquisitor, unfortunately, I must report that my attempt to use nugs in place of messenger birds in the deep roads has not gone well. Messenger nugs. On the first attempt, the nugs I released would not even go in the right direction, choosing instead to run around in circles and collide with walls while trying to squirm out from under the message canisters. After considerable training, the second attempt went slightly better, with only half trying to escape their collars while the others at least tried to go in the right direction. However, none of the nugs arrived at their destination. I will require some of Charter's time in dealing with an Orlesian noblewoman I believe to be intercepting my nugs. From my surveillance, she appears to be dressing them in little frocks that are simply terrible. Josephine in the last few years. Dear Inquisitor Llewellyn, Commander Cullen has reviewed the soldiers. I have written and received so many letters from the Orlesian court, our birds practically blot out the sun. We are as prepared for this exalted council as we will ever be. I know this past year has been full of formal meetings. Goodness knows I have attended many myself. This one will truly test the alliances and friendships we have worked so hard to build. If I may offer you any advice, Inquisitor, it is this. Keep a ready smile, and remember we have their attention because we are to be reckoned with. Respectfully yours, Ambassador Montillier. Cole. Oh. Cole in the last few years. I was really expecting that one to be Cullen in the last few years. Inquisitor, I send this to you uncertain whether this comprises a joke, a test, or some form of magic. If it is the latter, I wish to state that I am deeply uncomfortable, but based on the results, I can hardly complain. Our work has never been more successful. I have no recollection of having written the following, but it is clearly my hand with signifiers in the language that make it clear I acted of my own volition when writing it. I assume that you will make more out of it than I can. Yours, Charter. Oh, okay. This whole time I thought I was reading this based off of Cole, and I was like, this makes weird sense, but okay. This makes more sense. There we go. So Cole got the Charter to write the letter for him, and then he's like, huh? Makes sense. Send to Inquisitor. Quarterly progress. Rescues, 6. Higher than expected. Targets hit, 4. 1 dead when wanted for interrogation. No prisons? Agent morale, strong. Some crying? All insisted they were good tears, strong emotions, but unrelated to mission at hand, usually tied to some past trauma. Oddities, misplaced items, unexpected, often tied to emotional revelation among group. Concerns with hostile blood mage binding demons. V. Angry. Wax on my fingers, bees drone behind me as the honeycomb crunches between my teeth. She was always proud of me. Why did I write this? Wax on my fingers, bees drone behind me as the honeycomb crunches between my teeth. She was always proud of me. Very interesting. Okay, anything down here? A crumpled silk napkin. Okay, we are really picking up the best souvenirs ever here.
It's been quite a day so far, has it not? I've been speaking with representatives from everywhere.
Have they given you trouble?
Not at all. It is quite alarming. It means they are all saving themselves up for later. Would you walk with me? I should like to take some air before the Exalted Council becomes inescapable. The palace has been most accommodating. We are, after all, here at their insistence, but the ministers may... No. No more talk of the council. This meeting was to spend time with you in a more relaxed fashion.
Then why can I still see those wheels turning in your head?
Work carries a certain momentum. The truth is, there is a small entertainment happening tonight, to which I may be able to find a pair of invitations.
You'd like me to go with you?
Very much so. In all the years you've worked with Orlais, you had so little time to enjoy its culture.
Perhaps you're right. These meetings and talks don't allow for much leisure time.
And then back to Skyhold without a moment's pause to take in where we are. With all that's been happening, I promised myself a single evening out. I'd very much like to go with a friend.
And what is this small entertainment?
Something to ease our minds. I would very much like to surprise you with the details.
Why not? Josephine, I put myself in your capable hands.
Splendid! I will arrange things at once. The past years have been so busy. We have earned at least a few moments of rest.
A calm night out sounds...
Oh, bravo! Bravo!
What did I just witness? What was that music build out?
Was the woman in gold playing a king? Who was the man in feathers?
Oh, it's all very simple. The first actor's mask is determined by... well, I will lend you the program guide. But tell me, did you enjoy the performance?
Oh, why didn't we get to see it? Oh, give me an Orlesian performance. I deserve it after all that reading I did about Orlesian theater culture. Come on, I wanted to see that.
That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Truly.
That part with the glittery, and they actually set fire to... Yes, I truly enjoyed it.
Then I call tonight a great success. Oh, look! The encore signal!
The musical cues are so weird. Josephine is so cute.
I do hope you recovered from your night at the opera. Any earringing should go away in a day or two.
So good. Scout Lace Harding. Oh, we've got the bard here. Yeah, where is the bard? Oh, a book. No, not chapter 12. Come on, man. I hate that it's not in order. I'm just going to not read it, actually. I'm assuming the other chapters are going to be here. We're going to end up reading all of Hard in Hightown regardless. We're going to... Here, I'm going to make a mental note. And by a mental note, I mean a physical note on a piece of paper. That we're going to read Hard in Hightown, okay? Read Hard in Hightown. Chapter 10 was what we read. Chapter 12 we just picked up, so I'll make a note of that. Because if we're going to start picking up more chapters, I may as well read them in order. Nobody wants to read a book out of order. This is why I said that what the game should do is it should script the Hard in Hightown drops that they drop in chapter order. I don't know how hard that would be to do, or the decision making for not doing it if it is possible, but it's much better to do that than to be like, here's chapter 6, here's chapter 12, here's chapter 2, here's chapter 7, you know, here's chapter 14, you know what I mean? Okay, so we found chapter 10, we've now found chapter 12, we've now found chapter 14, unless this is actually unless this is intentional. I'm assuming Hard in Hightown is Tales, right? Okay, cool. No, this confirms it. Okay, I was like, unless they're trying to do it on purpose. Hardin Hightown, Chapter 5. 6. So 6, 7, 8. Hardin Hightown 5. Not 6. 6, 7, 10. Presumably 11. 12. Presumably 13. 14. 8? Why? Who put the Codex together? Who did this? Chapter 9. 1, 3, 2. Oh my lord. Who organized the Codex entries? Why? Well, they're not even in order in the fucking menu, dude. That is a headache. They got Quentin Tarantino to organize that Codex. Oh my god. Alright. Well, I think we'll be able to find the other chapters, so we'll just make a note of that. I've rotated a picture frame and got 2 strength. Cassandra in the last few years. Inquisitor, you don't need me to dictate every word exactly, do you? I may be divine, but that doesn't mean I have any particular skill at letter writing. Should I start with a joke? I don't know how to make hours upon hours of meetings with Grand Clerics sound anything less than mind-crushingly tedious. I also don't know how to make a joke about that. Something involving hats, probably. Varric would know. It's very important that I sound reassuring. The Inquisitor has so much to deal with already and should not have to worry about the state of the Chantry on top of everything else. You can say something about how well the Red Lyrium cleanup efforts have gone, can't you? And perhaps mention that Templars and Mages... No, never mind, that subject has been discussed to death. Oh, perhaps mention the play about the Inquisitor's heroism that's being performed in Valreo? That would be good to hear about, I'm sure. I'm late for a meeting with some revered mothers from Navarra. Just finish this up with something appropriate. With the grace and benediction of the Maker, Divine Victoria. It's good. Cassandra's so stressed about being the Divine, and honestly, like, while we talk about committing to Divine Cassandra, I think Leliana might have been the choice. Like I said, I think I would have gone with Leliana if I had both options in front of me at the same time. I reckon that's what I would have done. Obviously, I'll commit to my choice. It's a big choice. We did what we did. So we're not going to change our mind there. But I would like to communicate that I think with that context, I think I would have gone with Leliana. Cassandra seems to be struggling. Cullen in the last few years. Cullen, word has spread from Denerim about the summit the Inquisition will attend. The news is half rumours, but with the representatives they say are going, it's clearly serious, and the details are probably not something you can put down in a letter. I will, however, look forward to more glowing descriptions about how much you love Orlesian parties. Branson's here. His son insists I add, "Hello, Cull," to this letter. He also insists it be, "Hello," and not, "Hello. Your nephew is stubborn. How very familiar. Love, Mia." Nice, he's talking to his family. Vivian in the last few years. Varric in the last few years. Inquisitor, greetings and salutations from beautiful Kirkwall. The sun is shining, the seabirds are screeching, and almost nothing in Hightown has fallen into a sinkhole and ended up in the sewers in over a month. The Red Lyrium cleanup in the gallows is going better than expected. Nobody misses having Meredith fused to the flagstones, eerily glaring at everyone. The city guards celebrated finally getting her out of there by holding a completely impromptu parade. Several Lowtown residents composed a song on the spot with lyrics to the effect of "Thank the Maker that crazy cursed Templar is gone," which was remarkably catchy, despite, or maybe because of, the fact that it was mostly just swearing in tune. Even with all this stellar progress, it looks like I'm stuck here. Channels in the harbour were completely changed by falling debris a few years back, which led to a lot of ships getting wrecked coming and going, which only made things worse. And then we had rifts open, and weird glowing fade rocks appeared out there. Incidentally, thanks for closing the rifts. Now the only hope for repairing the harbour is to send guys with pickaxes to clear the rocks. Ever try to hire miners who are also divers, Inquisitor? There aren't many, and even fewer are happy mining glowing shit from the Fade. This is going to take a lot of my coin to fix. Stop by the city sometime. We'll get in a game of Wicked Grace. Please, this Viscount shit is boring me to death. Varric. Amazing. I want to see Kirkwall in Inquisition so bad. And also, don't worry guys, I was joking. We'll read the Vivian shit. It was just a joke. Where is it though? Let's find it. I'm assuming it's gonna be in letters and notes. I would have assumed it would have been towards the end, but I guess this game just does not really give a fuck about ordering. And I'm assuming the years later stuff would be together. Please, where are you? I'm paying the price now. This is the price you pay for making a joke. Alright, I found it. It's in characters, and here's me going, wow guys, it's taking forever to really fill out the characters section. I'm like, how have I not met so many people? Like, I know that there's alternate pathways, but not like that significant. It's because they're in here. Look at these letters. Do you think these should be in letters and notes, perhaps? Apparently not. So there you go. They are in characters. Vivian and the last few years, Inquisitor. I fear I shall have no opportunity to meet with you prior to the Exalted Council at Hallam Shiral. The colleges and fraternities of enchanters are holding yet another round of elections in a few months, and I must be present to organize everything, or the Aquitarians and the Lucretians will inevitably get drawn into the most passive-aggressive arguments over the number of ballot boxes and the arrangements of voting cards you can possibly imagine. On the last two occasions, when I could not be spared from my duties at the Imperial Court, the isolationists sealed themselves inside the debate area with ice walls in protest over some insult from a libertarian senior enchanter from Cumberland. I must, of course, convey the continuing approbation of the Orlesian Court, though I have no doubt dear Duke Cyril has already bored you to death with the Council of Heralds' compliments by now. Cordially, my dear Vivian. There you go. And now for future reference, those books go in the character section. There you go. A charter.
Well met, your worship. Well met, your worship.
Okay, sure. Dorian, in the last few years, it was good to hear from you, my friend. For months, I have had only the society of Maevaris' fledgling Lucerni party, junior members of the Magisterium so filled with fire and zeal and so wildly inept at politics, May keeps a bucket of ice water on hand in case one accidentally immolates himself. Lest I give you the wrong impression, we are making progress, but it will take a great deal of skill to keep the Lucerni alive through the usual schedule of Minrathous scheming long enough to become a real political faction. Fortunately, they do have me. I'm sorry to hear that politics are plaguing you as well. Must be something going around, like a pestilence or an Orlesian fashion trend. Hopefully Josephine can diffuse the Ferelden outcry and persuade the Orlesians to stop circling you with a collar and a leash. You know, she did always love a challenge. If you'll, I'll find an excuse to make a trip south soon. We should really catch up in person, don't you agree? Dorian. Conduct becoming the Inquisition. To all members of the Inquisition, it has come to my attention that I must remind everyone of the type of behavior expected from us during this exalted council. It is natural to wish to hold our heads high, but remember that we are guests of the Imperial Court. It is upon us to behave with good grace, propriety, and restraint. If you are unsure of how to address someone of gentle birth, my lord or my lady will suffice. If you are fearful that you have overstepped an unknown protocol, speak with your commanders. If they are not available, seek me out. Over-imbibing is strongly discouraged at all times. If you are steered into an argument about the Inquisition's politics, politely excuse yourself as quickly as possible. Please do not engage in these debates. If all else fails, trust sense and common courtesy to guide your actions. Sincerely, Lady Montilier. Activity in the Winter Palace. Charter's notes are in an encryption she developed with Leliana over the last couple of years. CM's intentions seem sincere. Agent in place at party tonight where CM is attending. VP left notes at drops, as promised. Servant in green livery seen leaving guest wing of palace at odd hours. Possible tryst Madame LV's second cousin is a bard in employ of Duke WM. Lord WG plans to meet Lady GD tonight. Neither of their spouses know. Lord RW plans to meet Lady SR tonight. Their spouses do know. Lord RW's wife encouraged RW to step out with SR so she could have some peace and quiet to herself. Good. Iron Bull in the last few years. Thank you for sending the chargers to assist in dealing with the demons attacking Montfort. Their assistance was most appreciated, and many lives were saved. The Iron Bull and his chargers have prevented another civil war from sweeping across Orlais with their efforts in Perendale. The Iron Bull, in particular, defeated the would-be usurper in combat. We must protest the actions of the Bull's chargers in Southreach. While the presence of demons and Templars corrupted by lead ririum is undisputed, the necessity of your dwarven miner collapsing the better part of a mountain on the enemy forces was hardly necessary. The Bull's charges were of great assistance in driving back the demons that attacked the shores of Lake Callanhad. The elf who calls herself Dalish was particularly helpful, and I look forward to her promised explanation of how Dalish archery techniques can create walls of ice or dispel magical barriers. Excerpts from letters of thanks relating to the activities undertaken by Bull's chargers over the past 2 years. I love that the continued upkeep of I'm not a mage, I'm an archer. That's so well done. Just beautiful arrows. Oh, we have our party storage here. That's nice. I might take this opportunity to just dump all of my stuff in the storage chest, actually, because I forgot to do that. So I'm going to just put all of my stuff in there. There you go. In you go. Perfect. I didn't even realize. Yeah. Okay. A chest that we cannot engage with and a wardrobe. Oh. Yes. Yes. I don't have to wear the red one. I can wear it in my preferred shade. That's so nice of them to do that. See, oh my god. Instant improvement. It's the red, you know? But this is cool. We can wear more stuff. Let's have a look. What would be befitting of a, you know, gotta do some armor. God, it just doesn't look right, does it? That looks nice. Is because that's the dragon scales coloring. That's cool. But we will be wearing our beloved color. There we go. So much better. Indeed. I have a little wardrobe area. Okay. I have changed and I'm ready to mingle some more. Ooh. Saucy. There is so much to do here. There's even requisitions? Oh, I can craft armor? Why are we doing stuff? Okay. I'm assuming that there must be some combat elements to Trespasser then. Otherwise, why would we be here? You know what I mean? Cool. Cowl of the Pure. We never made any of this stuff because this is just stuff that we've found in the DLC stuff. I haven't even had a look at them. This is cool though. Should we make our... This will be a great thing to wear around the place. Our Inquisitor hat. Love that. Armor of the Dragon Hunter. Okay. Well, it's good to know that this stuff is here. Is Dagna here? We've got my research that I can turn in. Revered Defender Longsword. And we can tint our armor here. Golden Nug. Synchronize collectibles. Wait. This will synchronize your collectibles across games. What? Hang on. This will synchronize your collectibles across games by downloading collectibles that you previously uploaded and uploading newly acquired ones. Would you like to synchronize them now? Does across games mean like different Inquisition saves or Origins and Dragon Age 2? Because I didn't think it would have that level of synchronization. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that is going to be across like multiple Dragon Age Inquisition saves, maybe? Oh, so like maybe if you like craft armor here and weapons and do stuff in like this save file, you can like synchronize it. And then if you load a save file before Trespasser, you'll have those items. I'm assuming that might be what that is for. I'm gonna just ignore it for now because I don't think I need to do anything about that. Jesus Christ. The dog treats. This is quite beautiful. Look at this. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling. Alright, there's chapter 13. So I finally found 13. There you go. Make sure that we have this ready. Yeah, okay. This is the fucking kissing spot and this dude's watching. Storms of Temptation. This tattered novel bills itself as a sweeping romance on the 8 seas by Daniel Mithril. The cover shows a dark-skinned elf with long platinum hair hanging by one hand from the mast of his ship, a dagger in his teeth, a woman in an elaborate mask, low-cut dress, and almost as much hair as the elf, gasps up from the base of the mast. The elf is glaring at a tanned and chiseled human pirate, grinning as his vessel pulls alongside the elf ship. For the first Elven captain in the Antivan Navy, Keel Zebulon's inaugural assignment was a routine trading mission down to Wycombe. Little did he know that the fiery Amethyst Couron, a passenger he picked up in the Free Marches, was heir to an enormous fortune. A fortune Rivani pirate Prince Elrado Huracan would do anything to get his hands on. Unable to resist Amethyst's pleas for help, Keel found himself racing to get her back to Valvario, even as the ferocious Huracan pursued them, and their passions ensured the 8 seas would never be the same. There is a note scribbled on the inside cover in dainty handwriting. If found, please return to Lady Yvette Montilier. The relative. I love that. It's not, that's not one of Cassandra's. Potions. Notes on Palace Guests, a collection of servants' notes on the guests attending the Winter Palace. Countess Diavori wants a stateroom set aside from 3 to 5 in the afternoon for her daughter's harp practice. Must have windows on one side and a balcony. If she proposes a recital, refer her to the seneschal. Duke Piepany wants to entertain Freldon relatives. A barrel of whiskey and 3 wheels of cheese to be delivered to his quarters this evening. Ban Wharton. His bed should be made up with linens, not silks. And Sir... where am I? Sir Litstone complains an old wound in her left leg is making itself felt. Move her to the ground floor. Lady Galatea, a duelist, has requested a sparring partner and a suitable practice ground. Lord Gilderay, to be woken at 8 by a maid on even days, a page boy on odd days. Don't ask. With a fresh pitcher of water and 12 sprigs of lavender on a peach-coloured towel. Don't ask. Carrying these items in silently without making eye contact with his lordship, placing them on the divan, clapping twice, and then leaving without a word. Do not ask. And that, my friends, is autism. To a T. 17! Oh my god, Varric's been writing this book. He's been writing way more hard in Hightown, but he has not been writing more smutty romance novels for Cassandra. Priorities. Alright? So we are taking note of these Hard in Hightown chapters, and, you know, maybe at one point we'll actually read them in order. Oh! Krem's here, but we can't talk to Krem, but we can talk to Bull, who's, yeah, we're chilling out in the tavern, because of course he is. And Sarah's here too. Sarah's past and now things. Lost another book, stopped leaving them places. Below are journal entries by Sarah. Also several sketches of Skyhold with impeccable cross-hatching. Moving again, less stuff, more things, people things. Too many vowel somethings, name less stupid, Orlais. Last Jenny checked in, wasn't worried. A drawing of a gloved fist holding an odd symbol, smashing against the face of a chevalier. The symbol is red and smells of strawberry. I remembered how to say chevalier, guys. Not chevalier. Traveling again, and again. Been here before. We're everywhere. Back to the Winter Palace? Never good. Pack bees. Bet Varric we're in trouble? Scratched out. Varric won't take a sucker bet. In for 10 with Cullen. Everyone looks old and tired and fat. Find who shrunk my skyhold clothes, scratched out. Piss. Don't say the Inquisitor's hand looks bad. It looks very bad. Is Whittle even here? Why do I go where there's no Whittle? A drawing of Sarah and Dagna silhouetted by an explosion, bees, and exploding bees. Charges in the palace. No one will be sleeping. Rainier hugs harder than Blackwall. Still beardy. Interesting. Tom Rainier has got a mighty hug on him. Josie is best here. Cassandra needs to punch something or she'll explode. Everyone? They never call it everyone. Liliana knows something. Knew it. Inquisition is in trouble. Inquisition is in trouble.
Inquisitor Herald. Glad to be back for whatever it is this lot have shoved up their sleeves. Just right up in there.
That's it? It's been some time.
Well, we don't know what's what, so what's there to go on about? It's Inquisition business, innit? That's all we are. Maybe sort out how they want to mess with us. Then there'll be something to talk about.
Oh, that's a shame. No cutscene with Sarah because she's like, eh. Oh my god, the mounted nug is as big as the werewolf head. The Gilded Horns drink menu, the Golden Nug, an effervescent white Seleny wine with a dash of West Hill brandy and a splash of pomegranate juice, muddled with raspberries and a sprig of royal fruit. The Hissing Drake, a bold mix of cinnamon-infused whiskey, dark Lameran rum, and Herol's Lava Burst, not for the faint of stomach or heart. Benediction, Prophet's Laurel gin served with a wedge of lime and a thimble of golden scythe, and the Emerald Valley, made with a spirit distilled by Chantry sisters in Lides from over 70 herbs and flowers, topped by egg white foam dusted with nutmeg. Night of Shame, our sweetest Antivan port with a dash of chocolate bitters and a twist of orange, served in a flute of chilled Syrah glass. The Randy Dowager, rumoured to have been concocted by the editor of Orlay's most scandalous periodical herself, a tall glass of abyssal peach liqueur and fresh cream garnished with sugared rose petals and served on a silk handkerchief with a scandalous rhyming couplet inked on it by the bartender. Abyssal peach liquor, huh? Interesting. Love it. I wonder if anyone in real life that is into mixology or making cocktails or works in a bar has been inspired and done any of these, because that's beautiful. Some good ones there.
Your Worship, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I need you to keep the Chief distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind him.
Why are we doing
Got it.
It's for his birthday.
Oh.
Didn't ask, Krem.
All right, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
Hey, boss. Good to see you.
Oh god, okay. Why? I don't know. Why can't we just talk about dragons, or talk about beating things with a stick, or talk about Dorian in the bedroom? Isn't Orlesian history grand? The council may affect Lyrium. I haven't seen a rift in ages. I sure like night enchanting, and I just love Ferelden politics. Why do all of these seem like bad options?
It's good to see that the Veil has largely healed, now that most of the major rifts are closed. You might think otherwise, but the Veil isn't technically a physical barrier. It's more like a magical vibration that repels the Fade.
Oh, okay. Are all of these okay, or is there a bad option where it won't work out?
Most mages hate the thick of battle, but I can't imagine hanging back. It's nice to get your hands dirty.
That's why I like you, boss. You swing a sword. It's a weird sword made out of magic, but still.
Guys, keep put... What are you guys doing? Please, move that thing. Why can't I ask about him? This is so funny. Let me talk about what he's doing. What has he been up to?
Do you think news of the Exalted Council could affect the lyrium shipments from Orzammar?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
It's fascinating to see the remnants of Syrian culture here. Most of it was deliberately erased during Orlesian unification under the reign of Mafrath's son Isarath.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, all of that effort with the staff of the not mage, only for it to just
Did you know that Ferelden has its own names for lords? The country is divided into Tairnirs, governed by Tairns. Inside those are cities and Arlings ruled by Arls, and then there's the Banorn. It's a large area of countryside ruled by multiple bands.
Good to know.
Surprise! Happy birthday, Chief.
Oh, you guys. You got me.
That was funny, but incredibly disappointing. I didn't like that. I don't know. That kind of feels like a little bit of a waste. And it felt super, super unnatural, which is a bit unfortunate. I was super excited to see what Dorian had been up to. And instead, it's like a gag of like, let's just like ramble a bunch of facts at him, never ask him what he's doing or what he's up to. He's just like, uh-huh. And then he just goes, yay. Like, the funny visual gags of them pushing a dragon skull around outside is kind of funny. But they also could have just said, hey, Iron Bull, we've got a surprise outside for you. I don't know. It's not what I expected. I thought that there was going to be, like, a little bit more there, but instead, I think they kind of wasted that.
Hey, boss.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I don't get to talk about what he's really been doing. And then the letters is just what the Chargers have been doing for the last 3 years. So we literally have no idea what he's been doing for the last 3 years. We know what the Chargers have been doing. And then he's just like, hey, good to see you. That's a little bit of a shame. That's all right. We will press on. Oh, there you are.
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
Glimmering, glittering, perfect cut, mask a maze of gemstones. She will think it pretty.
Excuse me, I might,
You're useful to have around, Cole.
He wants stones the color of his eyes. Happy, bright, beaming, being seen, not seeing. And I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs.
Birds like breadcrumbs.
Inquisitor, how good to see you here. I came to sit and pen another song.
Sweet songs, poignant pain plants joy that grows later. She can't see me. I help her help people.
I gathered.
You're smart and kind. You're worthy of true love.
Hello, Halam Shiral! The fire of Zither must be fueled by wine, ideally shared with adoring fans.
But not with him. You need somebody nice. Yes, better. He'll be gentle, so will you.
Oh.
The Chargers, are you not? I've seen you in the Skyhold Tavern where I sing.
Oh, yes. I love your songs. Sometimes I'd sit up on the chair to take a better look at your songs. The Chargers have their own song, if you'd like to hear it.
Good.
Huh. Sometimes I sit up on my chair, like when the Inquisitor walks into the pub and I glitch and I go on top of the chair and then sit down. It's actually intentional. I'm trying to get a better look at the bard. Okay, interesting. Cole needed the table so he could, like, get in the head of the bard to manipulate them a relationship. Good, if odd. Okay.
Nicely done, Cole.
Oh no, that also feels wasted. What are they doing? Oh no, like this, that's kind of like nice, but Cole. He just said hello without saying anything. Call this the House of Disappointment because Sarah doesn't get a cutscene, Iron Bull's thing is a waste, and Cole's is also a little bit of a waste. I don't get to actually talk to them. It's more of like a situational scene with them. That is, yeah, bit of a letdown one, that one. That whole area, dude. We can buy stuff here. We can buy every single crafting item in here, it looks like. And infinite of it. Oh, Jesus. The clasping maw for 184,000 gold. Whatever made this weapon, its flesh appears to be alive. It could be an abomination's blood magic, a spirit twisted into physical form, or some other affront to the maker. It unleashes, I don't know what to call it, an energy that tangles foes together. The power thrills right up your arm. I'd cast it back into that cave I found it in if the thing weren't so useful. Final entry in an anonymous journal. Chance to bind enemy with evil eye. 349 DPS. That is an expensive item. Okay, can we buy here? Yeah, mysterious elven mage, huh? We can buy a helmet. Just okay. Ah, there we go. We can. Why is it? Why is this even available to be bought? It should just be the accessories. I almost just exited the store. Okay, this is nice. If you ever wanted any of this, it's all in here. Okay. Upgrades, the superb crossbow arms. Nice. Runestones. Oh, wow. And everything you could ever want. Wow. Not too expensive either. I'm wondering if this really kind of is why you can sync the collectibles back to the previous game, I suppose. Yeah, wow. Even Dragon Bones. They're rewarding you for making it to the end of the game, and you can just now buy everything and anything. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, well, that's a good store. So this is just like a lovely little area. Okay, am I supposed to be able to talk to you, or is like my game just broken? Okay. Blackwall, eh? Blackwall in the last few years. Inquisitor, I hope this letter finds you well. I apologize for my prolonged absence. I have traced the whereabouts of one more of my former company, and I'm writing to you from Kirkwall, where he now resides. I knew him as Private Nikolaus Laurie. He goes by Klaus now. Unlike so many of the men I betrayed, Klaus found a way to put his life together without turning to crime. It doesn't in any way lessen the horror of what I did, but it was not comforting to see at least one life not completely ruined by my actions. Klaus is married to a lovely lady. They run a small bakery. It didn't take him long for recognition to dawn, and then I had 2 mince pies lobbed at my head. Pies that were fresh from the oven, mind you. It was a good thing I ducked. I made my apologies. Even after months of searching and making reparations, it was still hard. To his credit, Klaus allowed me to talk, and we ended the visit with ales at the Hanged Man. I should return within the month. Thank you for allowing me this time, Inquisitor. Yours, Tom Rainier. I like the concept of him reclaiming his name, making reparations, you know, becoming who he believes he should be. And while we're not sending him off to the Wardens and forcing him to become one of them, I like to imagine that he could go and join them if he so wished, you know? But he's reclaimed his actual name.
Fashionably late. I thought you weren't gonna show.
I'm late, and you decide to make the Winter Palace rubble.
Eh? Never liked it anyway. Too fancy. So tell me everything that happened while I was away. And after the betrayal, and what I put those men through, my sorries were worth about as much as shit.
How many people hit you?
I lost count at 12, but I could take a punch. They needed to know that there's a way to come back from anything. And I wanted to help them if I could. I thought going up there on the gallows was difficult. This was worse. 100 times worse. Anyway, it's nice to be back, though I'm not sure what to think of this council. No matter what, you know you can always count on my sword arm and my friendship.
Your aim is atrocious. I'm embarrassed for you.
Think you can do better?
Oh, I would have loved if it actually showed me taking a shot and getting a bullseye. That would have been nice.
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor. It would be so interesting, like, again, because I know that, you know, there's a lot of characters with a lot of different opinions and sort of interactions we can have, that it would be really interesting to see how, like, that, like a Tom Rainier romance would have gone, and how these characters would interact with you with that in mind, you know, of having a romance with them. Now, I think I've done everything on this side, but we are going to look for Codex entries before heading over to the other side.
Yes, thank you.
Wager notes. Notes carried back and forth by runners, covered in different handwriting. What do you say, gentlemen? 3 days before the Inquisition sees sense and aligns itself with Orlais, properly this time. Nonsense, Marcel. Ferelden is here for blood, a day before they either demand it outright or threaten war on us if they don't get it. The Divine will intercede. She must. Victoria and the Inquisition are too closely connected in everyone's eyes for her not to interfere. You have great confidence in the Chantry, Alain. 1,000 royals worth of confidence from each of you if the Divine settles the fate of the Inquisition. Done. 1,000 from each of you once the Inquisition accedes sovereignty to Orlais and the Council of Heralds. You two will beggar me. Leonard, are you out? Don't be ridiculous. 1,000 royals on the Fereldans getting their way after all. Interesting. They are betting the fate of the Inquisition. Now we did come out here, but yeah, okay. I think I've done a nice little... Oh, there's people are not here anymore. People that were here. Oh, there we go. There's something. Oh, we can actually... That's beautiful. We can look out onto the world. Is there anything to look for, though, I wonder? You just start seeing, like, Morrigan flying in the distance as a dragon. Look at all this land that they have, and they're like, yes, let's just make it all very close together. It'd be funny if you're, like, looking around everywhere and then you see like coals in a tree or something, like helping a cat out of a tree. I don't think there's anything for us to see. It's just like, here's a nice little look at the countryside. Nice. Okay, we got a little viewing spot. I believe, looking around here, I think we've gone into all of these areas. Charter we couldn't even speak with. Did we go down here? I read this. Can't go in here. Okay. Alright, from what I can see, I think we're good with this area. And Krem's getting wooed. Alright, now we'll check out this area again.
All's well, it seems. We shall see.
Oh my.
Check the fountain. Anyone throwing any coins in the fountain? Oh. You guys are quite far apart. That item's over the other side. Okay. Into this area we go. So we've done all of this. Now we do over here.
Good day to you.
Good day to you. Ah, dog treats. Dog treats. There's a Mabari.
You there! You're to dodge, not catch. If that ball were a fireball, you'd be dead.
You found a dog?
They don't breed Mabari in Olay. The merchant said he was abandoned. Perhaps his owner's tired of the novelty.
Oh my god, it's my dog Logan. He has similar, not the same, but very similar, like, appearance of my dog Logan. And he was also picked up as a stray. I adopted him. That's cute.
Tire of you? With that positive attitude and fetching ability?
He's not supposed to fetch it.
I don't think you understand how this works.
Another Ferelden trapped at the Winter Palace. I couldn't leave him to that fate. Besides, I think he likes me.
I'm gonna make him like me with all these dog treats I've found. I love that, like, we just pick up all these random dog treats before we even know what they're for.
I never expected you to make friends at a political council. How times have changed.
So they have. The Inquisition will change after this. I'm not yet sure what that will mean. Whatever happens, our people, you, Liliana, Josephine, will have my support in whatever form you require.
If your support comes with that of your new friend, I'm sold. I know a useful ally when I see one.
You can help. Dodge this, and I'll find overpriced Orlesian dog treats before we go.
I've got those for you, boy. Playing more of this now is just, I'm kind of going, what does the title mean? You know, Jaws of Hacken, we know what that means when you play. The Descent, you know what that means as you play. And this one's called Trespasser. And Sarah thinks something's going to be happening with the note, with like Liliana knows something's coming. And we're deciding the fate of the Inquisition. So I'm assuming Trespasser is going to be in relation to, like, this party's going to get crashed. So this will be interesting, I suppose. Oh, wow. Oh, the dog treats give me stat bonuses of Constitution.
Be careful, Inquisitor. We have a ways to go yet.
Nice, okay. I don't have any more, but I'll keep looking. Amazing. A reminder, while the gazebo is available for festive occasions, deposits are non-refundable in cases of flood, fire, or Imperial whim. Book accordingly. Imperial whim being the keyword. Okay. Cullen's was good. He's got a dog now. That's fun. Just keep scanning. I was hoping for those, like, searchables to be more than dog treats. When I found one, I wasn't expecting it to be all of them. Chapter 11. There you go. Alright, look at this lovely order we are getting these chapters in. Ah. Let's have a look. What else we got? Liliana and Vivian. A silver ring. Vivian. Ooh, we playing a game of checkers? Dragon Age checkers, whatever that is.
Will you walk with me?
Just gonna give us a warning.
The first time I came to the Winter Palace, I was only 18. I was dazzled. Such rich hangings, splendid marble columns, more golden lions than I could count. It's all still here, still bright, but I no longer see that same palace.
I thought she said marble columns. Columns.
And that makes you sad?
It is easier on the heart to just see gilding. Now all I can see are the knives in the shadows, the poison in jeweled goblets. They seek to tear the Inquisition down. You feel it, no? Fear.
I'd fear anyone with our vault of secrets, wouldn't you?
It is not our secrets, nor our soldiers. There have always been spy masters and private armies. They are afraid of nothing so much as the hand that directs it all.
Mine.
Already your actions have begun to reshape Thedas. Your influence is felt everywhere. It was only a matter of time before they moved. I'm surprised it took this long. It may be time to end things.
Yeah, this is pretty significant to really kind of understand that while there's, you know, the hero of Ferelden and the Grey Wardens and the Battle of the Fifth Blight with an actual archdemon, the Inquisitor has kind of become the biggest mover and shaker in all of Thedas. Like, we have done so many things, both, like, politically and theatrically. Like, we've really just put ourselves out there and been like, we're going to save the world and we're going to change the political landscape of both Ferelden and Orlais, and we're going to look good doing it. And, you know, just very significant events have taken place under our command. It's kind of crazy. Meanwhile, Champion of Kirkwall's like, yeah, I'm just going to make this, like, dirty little city look good for a while.
You're dumping the Inquisition. You can't dump the Inquisition.
We set out to restore peace, and now peace is upon us. But I know from experience how hard it can be to lay down your blade and accept that things have changed. We can still work for the good of Thedas without the Inquisition, but the time for soldiers and spies has passed. You have suffered terrible things, Inquisitor. I hope you still see the light ahead of us. The world is ready to move past the horror of the Breach and Corypheus, and so should we. But whatever you decide, I will be honored to stand beside you.
Nice. And then the Architect rocks up and says, remember me, I'm still here.
I'll be right here if you need anything.
Okay, let's go speak to Viv. The baths. Chapter 15. Okay, so we now have 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we don't have 16. We are missing chapter 16.
Darling, you made it. Excellent. I scheduled this appointment ages ago, and they do appreciate punctuality.
Appointment?
With the Imperial Garden Spa, of course. You work so hard, my dear. I wanted to treat you.
I've never heard of a fancy spa serving elves.
You are the Inquisitor, darling. Savior of the Empire. They won't turn you away.
What are the cheese wheels for?
It pains me that you even have to ask. You've clearly been living too long in barely civilized conditions.
Sarah.
Relax, darling. It's spa day. How have you been? It seems ages since we've spoken. I know you were cruelly disappointed when Solus left.
Oh, interesting. She wants to have a girl talk. So, darling, Solus, Also, my Inquisitor does not look comfortable on that couch. They're like, the legs are in such an awkward position. Also, where's the spa? I'm lying on a couch with cheese in my eyes. Oh, man. All I can see is cheese. Her eyes are open, dude. Oh, they're like, yeah, no cucumbers here.
I'm still not over what happened.
We shouldn't dwell on terrible mistakes, should we? It's spa day.
You asked about it. Sarah in the background is great.
You must be keeping very busy.
The Circle needs more supervision than a toddler. It may master using the privy on its own any day now. Don't you feel better, my dear? This place really does work miracles.
What happened?
Darling, it's spa day. Don't fret. You'll undo all the good they've done. Come along, Inquisitor. They have other appointments, you know.
Okay. Alright. Sarah just started, like, scattering fucking meat all over the place and with a banana stick. And the servants were chasing her around. That's the highlight of that. That's amazing. Here's spa day. Side note, just in the fine print, there are no spas, only cheese.
Inquisitor, did you need something?
Yes, you promised me spas. Now my eyes are smelly. I've got an allergy, did you know? I'm lactose intolerant and you put it in my eyes.
I should look around.
Oh, should I? I should look around? Secret behind the waterfall. Okay. Why did she say that? That's usually what happens when you can search an area, but it hasn't come up with a golden... Okay. Or is she just talking about upstairs because we're close to the quest markers? Interesting. Well, we're going to take a look around anyway. There's something. Broken mask. Okay. I'm a bit upset that they're not peeing. Can we have some pissing fountains, please? I wonder if the game will let us know if we've found every treat possible to find or not, you know? Because there's a lot.
What is this now?
Okay. So Liliana, Cullen, Vivian, Varric, Sarah, Iron Bull, Josephine, Cole, Blackwall. We've done all of those. Duke Cyril, Tegan. There will also be Cassandra at some point, and then I guess Dorian at some point as well. So you get Constitution with dog treats, Strength with the portraits. It's not like super important. I don't feel that we really need the giant stat bonuses, but they're appreciated. This is basically play this DLC, get super overpowered, buy every single like crafting item in the game, send it back into the main save with the golden nug, I think, and then you can go and do things. That's what that feels like. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, never mind. Ta-da. Okay, here I am waiting for chapter 16, and I've got chapter 18. He's written a whole new book in this DLC. I don't even think... I think we have read... Oh yeah, this is me turning in research. I think I have read... Oh god. Hard and Hightown is Tales. So, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Chapter 6, 7, 5. I think we're missing chapter 4. Yeah, we haven't read Hard and Hightown chapter 4. That's the only one that we're missing out of the original one, so I don't know where that is located. Interestingly enough, you can't buy that at Val Rio. I guess Val Rio is only ones that are like, you can't actually get them again. Maybe I wonder if there's anything that is supposed to be done with this, or whether this is just like you're able to look at things. I don't know. Oh shit. Ooh. Is that what we're looking at? That doesn't look good. Is that what I'm supposed to be seeing? Did we not truly close the breach? Look at that. Is that a little tear in the sky? Interesting. I mean, we can see that without it being through the telescope, but a little bit concerning. Spot of Aurora Borealis. Alright, I think that's that.
Alpha Val Royal must be here.
Dedication. This fountain was erected in commemoration of the end of the Civil War and the slaying of Corypheus by the Blessed Herald of Andraste, Inquisitor Mapolas Llewellyn in the 42nd year of the Dragon Age. Let the song of its water be as laughter, let the cool of its stone be as memories gone. Dedicated by Her Imperial Majesty Empress Celine in memory of those who fell to protect and preserve the Orlesian Empire. Caprice coins. Yes, they were coins in the fountain after all. And a lacquered box? Oh, there's Dorian. With Duke Cyril. There you go. Scandalous gossip. This unsigned note is creased as if it had been secreted away in someone's pocket. Dearest Jay, I agree it is surprising that the Fereldans come as equals, but the Exalted Council is in the heart of Southern Orlais. That cannot be lost on our neighbours. Empress Celine has stayed in Val Royeaux to appease a delegation of Devarans, or so her messengers say. It is obvious the Empress stays away to dodge the demands that she bring the Inquisition to heel. One would almost think that Celine believes they will find a way out of their bind, so strangely naive at her age. We're not going to interact with them just yet, because they are quest related. So I'm just making sure that we look at everything else first. Oh my god, Cassandra! She's in the fucking dress! Oh, she don't look pleased. Oh, Cassandra. Babe. She's not happy to be there. Yeah, oh my god. She's wearing her nightie. Oh, that's funny. Oh man. What was that? I looted a collectible, but it was like a book. I don't think that was a Codex entry. Billing itself as the most distinguished retailer of fine goods and novelties to the rich since 86th year of the Storm Age, this booklet is filled with woodcuts of strange trinkets, the world's best articulated Everite backscratcher, complicated-looking devices, the only triple-decker carriage with Osmar-designed wheel locks for smoother braking, and specialty items. Be the first to enjoy the amazing cooling properties of drakeskin lining in one's evening mask. Oh shit, all of these have lore. Pieces of broken mask found inside a velvet bag. What's left of the mask is covered in green jewels and eagle feathers. A scrap of paper inside the bag reads simply, "Try again." A bag of caprice coins, discs minted for nobility to throw into fountains. They are stamped with a lion on one side and the Chantry's sunburst on the other. A crumpled silk napkin with some words inked in the corner. They're so smudged by wine stains, the only ones still readable are, "There was once a man from Hosberg." I didn't think to read these because normal loot in the base game does not have any description. The only reason I thought to look for this one was because I saw a book icon, so that's cool. How many people do you think completely miss the fact that there's writing here and like lore notes on your valuables? Because this just gets kind of like shoved in. Bone-shaped dog treats baked in a mold, fancy scrollwork, and happy-looking dogs adorn the sides. Smells faintly of ham and excess. A gold cravat is slightly the worse for wear and tear. However, the stitching is remarkably fine, and the gold of the cloth has subtly expensive shimmer when it catches the light. And a lacquered box containing 5 pots of blush, 3 jars of lipstick, a small but sturdy hairbrush, and dozens of brightly jeweled hairpins and ribbons. A note affixed to the inside of the lid reads, "A few supplies for emergencies, my petite. Love, Mama." And a silver ring found in a fountain. Okay. Make note, read the valuables that we pick up. A dispatch from the Crown of Ferelden. Honored Arl Tegan. Let any who read this letter know you speak for the kingdom of Ferelden. Your words stand as my own, and your decisions are made with the support of myself and those pledged to the crown. You have been a loyal friend, and we invest in you in our trust and goodwill. May it be with you, Queen Honora of Ferelden. Nice. Arl Tegan speaks for Ferelden. And here he is. That's our guy. He's looking a little bit different these days. As is anyone in the Dragon Age Inquisition engine, really. Okay, I think that is good. I'm going to save, and we're going to proceed with these. Let's do Dorian first. The Orlesian and Ferelden ambassadors. Now, this doesn't say it's completed, but I'm assuming that's because Cassandra and Dorian must be the final 2, but they just don't appear on the map because they're so close to the objectives.
Orlais is on your side, Lord Parvis. The Inquisition support is not a thing to lose lightly.
Which is why the Orlesian court is circling it with a net and collar? But you'll have to excuse me. I see an old friend I must greet. Inquisitor, how long has it been? Don't actually tell me. I despise feeling old. It's good to see you, my friend.
Thrilled to be at the Exalted Council, Lord Parvis.
Oh, riveted. Orlais wants the Inquisition tamed, Ferelden wants it gone, the Chantry meddles, and Tevinter sends but one ambassador. That's me, by the way. A reward for my interest in the South. Thankfully, Ambassador Pavis is a token appointment. Call on me as you like.
Inquisitor, Duke Cyril Montfort, member of the Council of Heralds and Lord of Chateau Haine. I have long followed your work. It is extraordinary.
Is that sentiment shared by the rest of the court?
Of course. Ole wishes only to offer respectful guidance to the Inquisition.
I've been stung by a bee. Please help. If I die, let it be known I died at Chateau Haine. Probably one of the best scenes in the entire game.
Does your grace feel the Inquisition should continue to rule itself?
I would rather see the Inquisition join us freely than be carved into pieces for the chessboard. I have not forgotten Justinia's death. I had friends who perished at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. More than the good you have done, it is a good we may do together I don't wish to lose. Whatever happens, Inquisitor, I wish you well.
All right. Okay, so it's one and the same of like speaking to them also proceeds with the objective. Okay. We're definitely not missing anyone.
Divine Victoria, am I interrupting?
Not at all. The Jarl of Redcliffe was telling me of events in Denerim. He represents Ferelden at the summit.
Inquisitor, good to meet you.
He's never gonna live it down. He's never gonna live it down. We'll be like, hey, I've heard the stories. Everyone talks about it. That fated day during the Fifth Blight, where your son, not your son, sorry, that boy, Connor, made you dance like a circus clown, a court jester, if you will. Have you ever managed to live that day down?
How are things in Redcliffe, my lord?
Blessedly quiet. The mayor conveys his greetings. Redcliffe remembers its savior.
This dude has aged. It has been over a decade.
I had hoped to steal a moment of the Divine's time.
Very well. We'll continue this later, your perfection.
Your
I am supposed to be impartial while speaking for the Chantry, but I confess that neutrality is beyond me. I may be the Divine, but I will always be your friend. And I can hardly ignore the fate of the Inquisition that I began.
Friends in high places.
When world powers want to discuss plans for the future, I get nervous.
I share your concern. The Inquisition is still needed. Some delegates do not yet understand that. I must attend to other matters. If you need me, I am ready to assist. Unconditionally.
You just know that Cassandra's got that full suit of armor under that.
Finally arrived, Inquisitor. The Crown's anxious for news.
And your thoughts on Ferelden's position?
The breach is long gone, yet Skyhold's army remains. Ferelden can't continue to ignore soldiers on its borders.
The Inquisition has grown. I can see how its presence might cause concern.
Then you understand why we must demand a reduction of your military forces. A power without allegiance to either Ferelden or Orlais. Even I see neither of our countries can let it rest. I won't keep you longer. We'll have words enough when the Exalted Council begins.
I definitely can understand the sentiment, for sure. Like, it really is, like, Palpatine getting emergency powers in the Clone Wars, and then the Clone Wars is over, and then he's like, Empire. Actually, I've had another thought. Emperor. You know, it's... So I can see how it could be viewed as going in a particularly bad direction. Okay. This is now updated. Dorian's here. Cassandra's here. Okay, we can still catch up with friends outside of the main quest stuff. Goody. That is not a good job. That is a tiring job. So let's go and speak with Dorian and Cassandra naturally. Okay, so that's why it's still optional. And then we can begin the Exalted Council and see how that goes. Lovely. I think it does make sense to have the Inquisition sort of tone it down a bit, you know? Especially since things are over. But it depends on what happens, right? During this council time. Wicked Grace?
As the most eloquent dwarf you know, Sparkles...
Speech! Speech! Way too much speech.
Varric, there's really no need.
What's going on?
Inquisitor! You're just in time. Sparkles, the Imperium doesn't deserve you. Or want you. It may even kill you. But we'll miss you. If it counts. And you didn't know. Okay, folks. Time to take the party elsewhere.
Tama never wanted any. I swear.
Leave him.
It's true. When the Exalted Council has ended, I'm going back to Tevinter. For good, this time.
You know I'll miss you.
Naturally. My father is dead. Assassinated, I believe. I received notice this morning. A perversely cheerful letter congratulating me on assuming his seat in the Magisterium. I didn't even see him when I was home. I had no idea he would leave me everything. This ambassadorship, his doing, I'm told. He must have wanted me away when the trouble began. I have to go back.
Ow. That's interesting. Okay. There's that father's genuine remorse at, like, not being able to connect with his son anymore because he fucked up big time with what he did. So he's like, all right, well, I guess I'll give you everything and put you on a seat in the Magisterium, just like you want. He didn't really ask Dorian what he wanted. He just said, all right, congratulations. Go back to Tevinter now for good.
So you'll truly be a Magister?
Oh, yes. I can't wait to degrade the Magisterium with my presence. A new outfit is required.
And then what?
I find my father's killers and kill them back. Then I find those giving Tevinter a bad name and kill them. They're most likely the same people, so that should make the job easier.
Okay.
You'll need help. I could go with you.
Not this time, my friend. I won't be entirely without support. Mayveris has gathered other Magisters who feel as we do. We'll be an actual faction in the Magisterium. I'll teach them manners, take them shopping. It'll be fun.
Okay, he seems quite cheery about the matter, which is good. I hope he can make some difference over in Tevinter.
How does Bull feel about this?
He wants to come with me. It can't happen, of course. A Canary cannot simply walk around the Imperium, even in a Magister's company. I don't want him hurt. He doesn't want me hurt. We're working it out.
Aww. Cute.
I wish you safe travels. And the best of luck.
Oh, I'll need it, thank you. Magisters are tricksy bastards. A present. A going-away present. It's a sending crystal. Amazing what friendship with the Inquisition gives you access to. If I get in over my head, or you're overwhelmed with sorrow for lack of my velvety voice... magic. What? You didn't think I would just leave and you'd never hear from me again, did you? You are my dearest friend. Perhaps my only friend. That will never change, no matter where we are. Now let's finish the good wine before the others get back.
Dorian! Dorian! Oh my god. Genuine sweetheart.
Quite the party, wasn't it? I hear it left the Orlesians and Fereldans completely aghast. Andraste's herald, the Inquisitor, toasting a Tevinter Magister. Not a bad scandal to leave on.
What a good cast of characters, right? So lovely. Do you think that these characters have new things to say now that we've spoken to the other characters for the main quest? Oh, nice. We got them all. There's confirmation. Oh, the bees! Wait, what the... Oh, he brought... Oh, okay. What the fuck? Oh, amazing. We got him enough treats and he fetched us something. That's so good. I thought it was going to be he's run off to go and see a commotion with Sarah and the bees or something. Oh, wow. Cudgel of the Gold and Ebon Queen. No, no, of course. It is the surest folly to use these creatures as a weapon. It is absurd. It is madness. But what if the bees were Fade Touched? Enchanter Scarjo, Imperial Apiarist. Very unique mace. On hit, chance to inflict bees on target. Roll for bees? Bees! Well, I can't really give that to anyone, but Cassandra, really. That's funny. There's our reward.
Inquisitor?
Okay, I'm going to take that as a no for updated cutscenes with existing characters after you speak with Tegan and such.
Inquisitor, did you need something?
Yeah, okay. Just worth checking. You didn't know if maybe they'd update to new scenes. So Varric was giving a toast with everyone around without me. So we'll go all the way over the other side for Cassandra now. And you keep getting further and further away, Varric. I'll go and you're over here now instead of here, so Krem's now just standing awkwardly. Does this note get updated? Because I can still read it. Oh, it does update. Look. Dorian leaving again. Didn't cry. That's what he wants. It updates. Interesting. That's why we can continue reading it. It's not a glitch. Alright, hang on. Just want to modify weapons. Fucking hell. Let's have a look. Because Varric, with your Bianca, we can put on the superb crossbow arms for 231 damage. Nice. Okay. Cassandra! With armed guard. She looks, she is not happy. But you just know, underneath that robe, she's got her armor. She's ready to go. She's ready to be Superman. She's gonna rip that shit off. She got her, like, sword put on her back. She's like, I'm here. I'm ready to go. Please let me do some combat.
Oh. Is everything all right?
Yes. Well, I wanted to speak with you, and now you're here.
Okay.
Should I leave and come back later so you can try again?
Always with clever suggestions. Maybe you should sit.
I can stand.
Maybe I should sit. Inquisitor, I want you to know that I am your friend. I will always be your friend. Oh, well, that's...
So I hope to give you sound advice on this momentous day. Do what is in your heart, my friend, no matter what anyone might tell you.
She's so cute.
Maybe I should leave and come back. I think I missed the beginning.
I'm talking about marriage.
Huh?
Marriage?
I can't imagine who it is. Macon knows you've kept it secret, but if marriage is...
Huh?
You're not proposing. To anyone. I am going to kill Varric. Why do I believe everything he says? Why?
Oh, fucking hell. Oh.
He said I was going to propose.
He mentioned a proposal. I suppose I filled in the blanks. Or he did this on purpose. That dwarf gets entirely too much joy from my discomfort.
I might get married. I've thought about it.
I suspected as much. Being Inquisitor has brought you good things. Many good things. But only a few have been by your choice. Take what happiness you can from those and do not let them go. That is all I meant to say. Advice from a friend for the days to come.
Cassandra, would you like to get married? With me? There we go. Optional completed.
How did Varric, of all people, become the Viscount of Kirkwall? A mystery for the ages.
Amazing. I was so confused. All right. The only thing left to do now is to begin the Exalted Council. Now, I'm not sure how this is... Oh, God. Oh, God. I really thought I would be able to do that. So, not sure how long that's going to be. I don't know if this is going to enter a whole other segment or anything, and we are running at 2 hours. So just to be safe, we're going to be bringing this episode to a close. Thank you so much for joining me for our first episode of the Trespasser DLC. This was a beautiful 2-year reunion with our Inquisition and friends and the Divine, and some pleasant scenes with most of the characters. It was a really good little catch up with everyone. We've got a bunch of dog bones. We've got some items. And I assume there'll be more. It looks like there's potentially a chapter 16 of Hard and Hightown that we are missing as well. So we may give another once over to the area before we proceed with the Exalted Council. Or we'll find it later. Who knows? But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. And I'll see you next time.